Have you ever really stopped to wonder what enlightenment sounds like? Or what the mind of a fully awakened being is actually like? Well, today, we are diving deep into one of the most incredible texts in all of Mahayana Buddhism, the Avatamsaka Sutra, to explore those exact questions. We're going to look at the nature of a Buddha's voice and the nature of a Buddha's mind. Right off the bat, the sutra just drops this massive question on us. And notice the wording here. It's not asking what the Buddha's voice sounds like. Is it deep? Is it soft? No. It's asking how can we even begin to know it, to comprehend it? That's the real mystery we're going to try and unpack today. So first up, let's look at the outward expression, this wondrous voice. I mean, think about it. If you've realized the fundamental nature of reality itself, how in the world do you even begin to communicate that? What does that even look like? To answer that, the text does something just beautiful. Instead of giving us some dry, academic definition, which would completely fall flat, it gives us these powerful, poetic metaphors. It's like it's pointing at the truth from all these different angles, because trying to describe it head-on, it just wouldn't do it justice. Okay, so let's explore a few of these amazing metaphors. Each one is kind of like a different facet of a diamond, right? Each one shows us a totally different quality of this enlightened way of communicating. So our very first metaphor is the echo. Just imagine, for a second, you're standing in a huge, totally silent canyon. You call out, and your voice comes right back to you, a perfect match, just arising from the space all around you. And here is the really crucial part. An echo doesn't just create itself, right? It needs a pause, that's your voice, and it needs a condition, the canyon walls. In the exact same way, a Buddhist teaching isn't some pre-planned lecture. It arises spontaneously and perfectly, in direct response to the needs of the people listening. It's completely impartial. There's no I or me in there deciding what to say. Okay, so our next metaphor is the heavenly drum. The sutra talks about the celestial drum up in the heavens, and get this, its name is awakening. It just hangs there in the void, and the sound it makes carries this really specific, really urgent message. What's so wild about this drum is that there's no drummer. It just sounds on its own whenever the gods get a little too caught up in their own pleasure and kind of forget the bigger picture. Its sound is a total wake-up call. It's the stark reminder that all of this stuff is impermanent. It's a voice of pure compassion that doesn't come from a person, but from the absolute necessity of that moment. Now, our final metaphor for the voice is, well, it's maybe the most magnificent of all. It's the great dragon king, Sagara. And he doesn't just speak, he brings the reign of the Dharma, the teachings, to the entire world. And this just illustrates the incredible skill of the Buddha so brilliantly. I mean, look at how this plays out. First, you get this huge cloud of compassion that covers everyone, no exceptions. Then, you get lightning flashes of wisdom, different colors for different beings, to wake them up. The thunder of these profound teachings just roars and shakes them out of their delusion. A cool wind of wisdom comes along to soothe their fears. And only then does the rain of the Dharma fall, giving every single being, like a unique little plant, exactly the nourishment it needs to grow. Not too much, not too little, it's just perfect. So an echo, a drum, a cosmic rainstorm, these are incredible descriptions. But they all point to an even deeper question, don't they? Where does a voice like that even come from? What is the mind, what is the wisdom behind all of this boundless compassion? And that very question leads us right into the second part of our journey today. We're going to shift our focus inward now, moving from the voice to its very source, the Buddha's all-encompassing wisdom. And you probably guessed it, just like with the voice, the sutra doesn't give us a simple definition. I mean, how put it? We're talking about the nature of reality itself. So once again, we have to turn to the power of metaphor. So let's explore a couple of these metaphors for the mind. And you might want to brace yourself because they are truly, truly mind-bending. First up, the Buddhist wisdom is compared to space. Just think about that. Space contains absolutely everything, right? Galaxies, planets, you, me. But it's not touched by any of it. It's not stained or changed by anything. It's just the silent, unmoving background for all things to exist. And this is the key takeaway here. Every single kind of knowledge you can possibly imagine, from how to build a chair, to understanding quantum physics, to realizing enlightenment, all of it arises within and depends upon this fundamental wisdom. But that core wisdom itself, it depends on absolutely nothing. It is the ultimate, uncaused ground of all being. Okay, Now prepare yourself for this next one. It's easily one of the most famous and profound metaphors in all of Buddhism. The sutra asks us to imagine a scripture, a book that's as vast as the entire universe, a book that contains all possible knowledge. In this entire infinite book resides perfectly and completely inside a single speck of dust. Just think about what that implies. This infinite knowledge, it isn't out there somewhere far away. It is right here, hidden in the most mundane, most overlooked thing you can imagine. But of course, as long as it's trapped in the dust of our own ignorance, it's totally useless. It takes someone with incredible wisdom, a Buddha, to come along and say, wait, look, let me crack open this little speck of dust for you and show you the infinite treasure you've had with you this whole time. The echo, the rain, space, the scripture in the dust, all of these powerful metaphors have been building and building towards this one moment. The final, absolutely stunning revelation that connects everything we've just talked about. And there it is. That's the punchline of the cosmos. That scripture in the dust, it's not just in a speck of dust, it's in us. The sutra states with zero ambiguity that this boundless, perfect, enlightened wisdom is the inherent nature of every single living being, no exceptions. So then what's the difference between us and a Buddha? It's not that they have something we don't. We both have the exact same fundamental wisdom. The only difference is that we are covered up by all these layers of delusion and attachment, so we can't see it. A Buddha is simply someone who has cleared away all those obstructions and let their inherent light shine through. This is the Buddha's own reaction when he became enlightened. It's not a declaration of, I did it. It's an exclamation of pure, unadulterated wonder. How marvelous! He sees this infinite potential shining in everyone, and he's just astounded that we don't see it in ourselves because we're so lost in our own confusion. And that, right there, brings us to the final provocative thought. You see, the sutra isn't just laying out some old, dusty philosophical ideas. It's a direct invitation. It's speaking to you and it's speaking to me. If this infinite wisdom, this boundless potential, is our actual, true nature, just waiting to be uncovered, what are we waiting for?